It's just funny, eh?
The only podcast that has you ducking the feds well anyways the grandma's house. He ho.
You know, I'm about 47.
47.
So you say that in Spanish.
The Kalishnikov. We on the Kalishnikov right now. Yeah, you get it.
Jen, comrade.
Comrade.
See.
Yeah. Lord Stalin would love this. This is two, man.
Mr. Bazzi. You know what, let's go. First things first. What I wanted to say before we get into this whole show and everything, we reached 47 now, boy. You know, and didn't expect to reach so far, dog. And, you know, I went to a little christening the other day, and an older couple wanted to renew the vows now, boy. Yeah. I can't make this shit up, though. And the man was like, well, Sharon, it's a long time now, we together, you know, through the thick and thin, we hold it down, everybody had a good time, you know. He was a good woman to me, you know. You know, we love each other, true. Sometimes each other get trouble, and you remember when, I can't call his son name because you know his son. But anyway, right, and so at the end of the whole conversation, I was like, well, you know, he's loving you, how see me, right? Up to now, this man and tell you wife he loves shit.
And that's the whole point what we're trying to say is marriage is okay. You don't have to love each other.
Yeah.
They can even own each other. But just make sure that legal document is signed.
Nothing about that sounded like he enjoyed them how much ever years that they was together.
The man was surviving.
He sounded like a
surviving
victim,
marriage.
boy.
Yeah, boy, the man was...
Okay, you heard that voice on the you heard that voice here.
Hey.
Voices we hear.
We have Kess here. Not you read. Oh, are you ready? You consider yourself read?
I would say, well, before I got married, I was red.
Oh, he's a married man.
Yeah. When I got married, I started to get a little...
She dark on your soul already.
Yeah, boy, I started to get a little darker. I would say caramel now.
Brother,
I say caramel.
watch what you
Big
say.
man.
Right?
I
Because
can't
you gotta
help
go
you.
Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah. I safe.
You sure you can talk, Greasy?
I safe.
You sure?
Yeah, but I think I want to tell
safe.
your wife as a disclaimer before you
Baby, no, my wife know I wild enough, so...
Okay.
She know I wild. Yeah, I safe, man.
Okay, babe, brother.
Yeah, watching it, is that like makeup on this one?
No
Is
makeup,
that
no
a
makeup.
punch, a punch mark?
No makeup at all.
Just making sure.
Nah, man, we good to go. We safe, man.
So introduce yourself, brother.
Yes.
Hey, so I am Kess Ramsey, comedian from South Trinidad. Well, you know, Trini people, we like real wildness. So they know where this go. We love wildness.
Never serious, though.
Yeah, boy, it can be like in a funeral and me and my family laughing in the background.
Don't come to my funeral.
Don't
Laugh.
Don't.
Laugh cry, man.
I will come and laugh at the funeral. Serious thing.
No,
I will come.
you know what's crack me up in funerals, right? The people who don't know the people and crying, like.
Like you just feeling sad by yourself. You just come and
end up sad.
like I do live streaming for events, right? So sometimes I would have to do funerals, right?
Yeah.
And I there and let me say like the person who work in Belgrove and thing and them.
What you crying about?
You live stream at someone's event and it's like laughing at them. That's what you do.
No.
Oh
No,
that's- I'm like,
No, I was he was mentioning the people who just cry randomly. Like you working in a place that specializes in preparing the dead for burial and you still tearing up.
Nah,
I feel like at some point you're supposed to get a callous in the heart and just do your work now, boy. But this woman is there and tearing up in somebody's funeral who she don't know.
But it's the random, so it's the random. Sometimes you're looking across and it's your uncle funeral, but you don't know this man. And
Yeah. Facts.
why is she crying so, boy? Like, who's this
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
so yeah, the person taking the
So my name is Kess Ramsey. Yeah?
Hey, you started back again.
the funeral laugher. You're not invited there. Laugh on my grave.
I crash it at the funeral, man.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
who is Kess Ramsey? Tell them. Talk, bad man.
Comedian. I am a good person. I would consider that.
That's not sociopath.
No.
You define the way.
I never kill anybody.
I was like, yet. I do. That's a good person. I was like,
I would introduce myself. I would say, you know, I'm a Christian comedian. A lot of people don't know that. I'm a Christian comedian, but probably the coolest Christian I might meet.
like Steve, like Steve Harvey.
Steve,
Or Steve.
probably not as. Probably not as Yeah, I mightn't. Yeah, because sometimes on the stage. and thing.
comparison, though.
Steve Harvey.
Steve
Steve, what's funny?
Well, let me just clarify as you comparing me to Steve. This is not fake. This is my hair. This is. I just clarifying, just making sure.
So you're just trying to make out Uncle Steve Man unit now, boy? It's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
necessary.
yeah. Just clarifying.
Nah, ball, no.
Yeah, I thought I don't know that long time. See that? Better just fly the jet now.
Yeah. Just making sure.
Galvanize office building.
Just making sure.
So it's like a good point. So the comedy aspect, like it's like stand-up comedy.
Stand-up comedy.
It have a stand-up comedy.
Just now. Hold on. You're questioning it still?
No.
Stand-up comedy.
You all right? So
I know you have skits. Yeah, you have to
skits,
but
right?
Stand-up comedy is what I do.
yeah.
You have a tight 5. Pause.
5,
A tight. That's what it's called. A tight 5.
bro.
You does
wait.
this.
All right, just now. So let me.
Yeah,
Nice.
we could reel.
There's a growing comedy industry in Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay.
That I could probably call some names to you guys. You know.
Get them all forward now.
Yeah, of course. Of course, they are the older guys that I would consider more comedic acting. Those are like Larry Joseph.
Right.
Sprang Along though was a stand-up comedian. He used to tell jokes on stage.
Hey,
he was stand-up.
Rest in peace by Sprang.
Rest in peace to Sprang Along. You know, Tommy Joseph, Rachel Price
Right.
do stand-up comedy on stage. They go on the stage and they have a mic. They're not doing any skit.
No funny business.
No, they are telling jokes.
Right.
They are roasting people in the crowd.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. And well, I would say that's the older generation. Errol Fabian. Those kind of names are the
You
older
call
guys.
at least, and I don't want to put you up here, but 4 of those people you call are crackheads. I just put it down.
And that's okay.
Or like 4 of them was smoking.
That's okay.
So it's like, do I have to smoke?
Just so, are you're going down with that statement that
Hold on,
4
hold on,
out of the names that I called just now
hold
were crackheads?
Smoke ball. Smoke ball.
Just now.
I'm not making this up. This is known.
Hold on.
I know about Errol. I know
He
about
have a
Errol.
story, that's Errol Fabian.
Errol has
Yeah,
a public
yeah,
story
he have a
that he
story.
was a drug addict. I understand that. That was him.
I'm not going to tell you why.
No, well, I call a list of names, and I know personally about Errol. So who again here was in a dark room?
Who you bounce with? Whoa. Hey, easy.
Right?
I was in no dark room smoking a 5 ball with any of those names you called.
Right,
When
but
I
those
smoke
are
my
the
5 balls.
you're by yourself.
Nah,
I'm by
man.
myself. It's a private community.
Yeah. You're a little tilted truth.
I'm not doing disrespecting my Piper Virgins and them same way too, right? Them Sprangers is the most set resource for people that can find in
Come
Trinidad.
on, you need that drain clean. Call the piper. Everybody know the piper. That's clean drains.
I would never do that to a human being.
No,
I wouldn't.
ask him to clean that drain.
No, like for
So what
someone.
if he comes and asks, "Hey, you see that drain there? Let me clean that drain for you now.
Let me explain something to
Give
you.
me $10.
Let me
You
explain.
see that drain with all the black juice in it? Let me clean that drain for you now. Wait, you wouldn't pay it?
No, that's why it have CPAP.
CPAP don't clean drain. It have a different CPAP up here in Santa Cruz. Or?
Hey, they not Santa Cruz, boy.
Where we is?
In Belgium right now.
Okay.
We're not in Berlin.
All right.
We're not in Berlin. Yeah. Thanks for saying that.
Yeah. Whoa, we
Yeah,
Belgium.
boy. When Brussels, yes, anyway.
Yeah, but
Right.
yeah, I find that it's kind of like how people is wanna underpay Spanish. I went underpay a crackhead. It's like plus I had a neighbor who was a proper. You met him. A proper-
Was he minimum wage
Fast,
in
man.
Trinidad? You know, where's the minimum wage right
I
now?
believe it's
22.
It's 22 now.
Yeah, I think it's 22 TT now, right?
Yes.
Right. So if I sprang,
you
I
don't-
clean my drain in an hour, and I gave him $100.
He clean it now.
Sprang as resourceful, you know.
I do
Them sweeping your whole yard with cocaine broom and leaf off a tree and thing. Them sweeping
I
your whole
see a
yard.
Spranger. This is no lie.
Oh yeah, no.
The man plastered the
How
wall.
we reach it?
Yeah, the man plastered the wall with a shovel.
How you mean? Very
shovel.
resourceful. Caribbean sprangers are very talented. I believe a lot of Caribbean, well, some in Parliament, some on the streets. But we have some very nice sprangers in Trinidad
I
and
realize you
Tobago.
don't want to get sponsored like ever.
Hey,
You
this
try-
man,
whatever he says is
wants sponsorship.
He wants.
right?
We don't think the politician sprangers.
He didn't mean what he just said.
I meant it. But we coming back to the comedy industry in Trinidad, right?
Yeah.
I would say over the past 6-7 years, there has been a growing stand-up comedy where it's like American style. You go up and you tell jokes. them shows from a long time that you used to hear with Sprangalang and them doing shows.
Yeah.
It used to be a mix of the comedic acting and
the man in the dress, and then
and then the midgets run out and a fat woman rolling around, that kind of thing. The men in the dresses and thing. That was the old time trainee comedy. When you think about comedy,
you can't say midgets. It's 2024. Just
the little people.
I don't think you can see the people like that.
No, I think
Is it?
was it political? Correct?
I think it's little people.
To call people that
Yeah, I think it's little people now.
Yeah.
I think it's little people.
challenged.
Better call me anyways.
He's having fun.
Yeah, I love this. Back in, I would say 2017.
So before COVID,
Yeah, pre-COVID. Simili Trini and Kwame Weeks.
Okay,
You guys
I know
know Kwame,
I know Kwame.
right? There was a group that Kwame was in, and they started doing an open mic. And the open mic, you know, you could come and do anything if you wanted to do a poem, do a whatever.
Right.
But they asked for comedians as well. So at the time, Kwame Weeks, myself, Kevin Sawyer, Gabriel Bridgemohan,
oh God, they are important. Don't mention them.
No. They're important to the story. They're
Can't
important to
remember
the
the name.
growth of the comedy over the years. But for sure, Simi and Kwame were influential in setting up the early stages where we started doing comedy more and more.
Right.
You know
Right?
what I like about he said they didn't call one female name, which says women. Are
Simi is
Oh, damn it.
Simi is a girl.
Okay,
So though,
sir. I was about to shit on them. It's like you want funny.
no. But locally we have some really funny women. You ever went to Rachel Pressure? Rachel will have a pain. Rachel is very funny. Simili Trini is very funny. We have a female with us as well, Loris Leasing. She's funny sometimes. So I just no.
Okay.
You can't-
I know about the open mic life. I was
Anyway, the truth
I was doing
is
open mic in Toronto.
Right.
Let me explain this to you. To get white people to laugh, easy as shit.
White people easy to laugh, yeah. But black crowds,
But those
yeah.
crabs,
Yeah.
them, because it's be like I don't want to.
Yeah, no, they're waiting.
It's like nigga,
No,
you
they want to
corny.
feel. Nobody want to feel that gut feeling
No,
that's
no.
actually.
Yeah.
I mean,
And a difference of culture too, if you're from the Caribbean, to get the African American to kind of understand.
Them want to eat your food. I like it's like
Yeah.
you better say some jokes. And they
Yeah,
but that's not what these stakes are about.
of course.
If you can get that to laugh,
Of course.
Then
Then,
it's the
you're
shit.
okay. Then
yeah,
you're good.
yeah. So
Yeah.
how does the crowds now compare?
Wait, in Trinidad?
Yeah, because
Why Trinidad people like shipping this boy?
So I come out and say, well, I want $2.
No, but you have to be funny.
And I pay $3.
You have to be funny. You know, but
yeah,
I would say
them.
I would say the crowds in Trinidad, when people come out to laugh, you just know the difference.
Right.
Trying to force comedy in a space that's not ready for comedy. Trini people very ignorant too, and they'll tell you, boy, go for me now, you want it, you know?
Because I thinking.
Right.
Observational comedy in Trinidad might not work. Like a Seinfeld. You know, yeah, what doesn't that say?
yeah.
Here's what I mean. You know men cutting their flick when they go out on a date night. You wouldn't comedy night, right? Like I carry my main thing in no freaking comedy club. Because so I can carry the side thing because nobody going to comedy night. It's the open mic night. You walk out there it's just like, hey, well I realize pick up to all the people who are in the man right now. Woo! And nobody make no noise. I was like, I guess the horse have spoken. You see, you find out funny.
No.
You find out funny.
Oh gosh, it's get ticklish, dog. It's get ticklish. You see, Trinidad men are no guts too now, but
No. All right, so we I do a show for myself, capitalizing on the Christian market,
Right.
and I call that Christians Can Laugh. That is happen every year. I actually sold out Queen's Hall last year. That is to tell you that comedy is something that's growing.
You need an opening act?
No, I'm fine.
my audition.
Yeah, you can't open an act. So now,
I'm fine. I'm good.
So I can't open for
No,
you.
but if you want to try comedy,
Yeah.
you could come because we're having a
Audition.
show, not audition, but come on try.
Guess. Just know now, boy, right?
Go ahead.
You see how wood twice now. I just want to talk to you as Virgin to Virgin.
Let me know.
You see when you're just using that word come why.
No, you see it like how I get it.
Crazy that you just be balling and talking.
It's like, come and try. Come.
Now what I hear in my ears, dog.
I think the name of this episode gonna be like Kess Comes Alot.
Dog, I don't even want to be part of that episode if that's what you're calling it, dog.
Kess Comes Alot.
I done with that.
Oh, sorry, Christian. Christian.
Pause. Yeah. Right. So, all right.
So you could.
So have to be extra.
You could show up. And
you're right. So you can show up and not audition. That is not the word you use.
Okay.
You know, just try your hand at stand up
so
comedy.
that'll be kind of natural. If you come and you're funny, you're inside. If you're not funny,
If you're what?
Come and you're funny.
Right.
Money.
No, I just saying, I okay with saying that word and I had no problem in my head, right? But you stopped me.
That's it again.
You stopped me, you know.
So like, okay, give me like a good Jesus joke.
A good Jesus joke.
Like I know, like a Jesus joke.
All right, so
Make me laugh.
all right, so in Trinidad and Tobago, I grew up in the Christian faith, but you know, sometimes you do research, sometimes in Bible study, you do research on the other religions, you know, and I've noticed that in every religion in Trinidad and Tobago, around the world, generally every religion has a time or some kind of thing set aside for fasting. Every religion, it don't matter if it's what, it have some time in your religion
Calendar,
belief for fasting. So Hindus fast for Diwali.
I'm not Indian.
No, I'm just asking. If you knew, you know that.
Yeah.
Right. So Hindus fast for Diwali, and Muslims fast for the month of Ramadan, and Christians fast. They just fast. They just like to know people business. They just fast. That's like an opener.
Yeah.
They just fast. So just
I can see it.
No, so then how graphic could you go? You know, someone
How
says
sacrilege you could get.
not very. Or so let me say Christian stage.
I'll give you one.
You're getting all right. So when I keep that show, the Christians Can Laugh show, which is the 2nd and 3rd of November, Napa and Sapa this year. That show is 100% clean.
PG.
There's no well, for sure no obscene. For sure no suggestiveness with the jokes. The jokes have to be clean. Right? I just toe the line a little bit and talk about pastors. I have a joke about pasta coffee. I have them kind of jokes.
That's my pastor. Watch how you're talking.
So
my pastor.
I didn't bust that joke.
Because
That's the first one that came to my head, right?
Cool.
Right.
Because this was my kind of Christian joke.
It many joke, let me see.
So the thing about like 7 days, the youth was created in 7 days. You understand that? But then in the Lord's eyes is like 1,000 years.
Right.
But they didn't tell you prior to that. Immortality was first, and then when they ate the fruit, Adam and Eve got mortality and they started to die and whatever.
Yes.
You want to die, surely you're going to die in 1,000 years.
Right.
Cool. So think about the setting. He there by himself. She come and talk to him. You know, Gil Salagan knowing after a while. Then after the first 1,000,000 years, it's like, you don't want to eat this fruit. It's like, you'll move from here. Second year, you know, Gil, you want to eat this fruit. Then the second 100 million year, it's like, you know what? If I spend the next day with you, I might as well just eat the fruit. Chuckle. No? Okay.
But yo,
No, but I understand the concept.
Yeah.
Right. And you have the right idea when it comes to how to make a joke.
I just literally made up just now.
And that's good. That's good. Yeah.
I personally, I catch a dog. I catch it.
Hey, the man is your friend, so the man really not trying to laugh at their joke now.
Dog, I catch a dog, right?
As man to man, you caught it. Caught what?
The joke.
Oh, yeah, money.
It was a witty joke.
Yeah, man.
It was a witty joke. But to be honest, dog, like the comedian, the thing now.
No, let him say the jokes.
Yeah. The Jesus jokes at least.
The Jesus jokes.
You're real good
What
with
we
the
have-
secular.
Right. So we have that is my show that I put on every year, and I'm a part of a team called Laugh on the Avenue. We have a season where we do like bars, smaller shows in bars, and those generally will have like a 200 people or 300 people where would come out, and that would be the smaller fee. So you would just pay like a $60 to come in. You know, we are trying to.
They go, yeah.
Yeah, we testing jokes. That's what that for,
okay.
right? So everybody could come on stage and try. They can go on the stage and try.
Open mic.
Yeah, money, you said it.
Right.
You said money.
I think we are.
The box is very white.
It's alright, dog. It's alright.
Right, so and you know, you could just try your jokes.
Guess what bring you into comedy, baby? Like what started this whole funny man journey?
Boy.
Sorry,
So-
I just have to say it.
What?
So, just to clarify the funny that you're talking about is, you know, making people laugh and think that way.
A comedian's journey. Yeah.
To be honest, I don't think that there was a specific thing. My family just real wild boy. So growing up, my grandfather, you know, I was probably thinner than you.
Oh, you were smoking the ball. Okay. No.
I'm from Laramie too. That real crackhead in Laramie. Not to offend them, but you know,
Yeah, what you dreaming?
I would walk through in the yard and I don't have on a shirt and my grandfather, oh God, boy, your whole family dead. Yeah, nobody. I the kind of thing my grandfather will hit me.
It's a granddad.
Oh,
You understand? That's not a granddad joke.
My granddad would tell me something like, when I asked Mo, I said, what are you talking about? You ain't breed nobody. I was like, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ,
boy.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, breathing.
You're back.
Jesus, you ain't breeding nobody.
Ash, boy. Ow.
Oh.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
So growing up, I was a big family in a house. So
Not a HGC house, eh?
nah.
Just check
In a probably a 5-bedroom house with 13 children my grandparents had, right? And then some of those children, like the bigger families upstairs, grandpa upstairs, me and my brother and mom lived downstairs on one side. And then a whole other family, my uncle and his wife was on the next side. So it had a lot of people in the yard.
And that's an extended
Is this
family.
Extended family was
The Xavier's Institute, there's like,
yeah.
like real people. Like,
Yeah, it was a lot of people in the house, right?
Yeah. No,
with
that's
with
not
a
big
lot of people comes conversation and like sitting at the table and everybody laughing and we outside in the yard and we in the garden and everybody always talking about it. So that kind of wildness came up. Like the whole family wild. I would say, even though I think I am one of the funniest in my family, I don't think I am the funniest person in my family.
You know, they said Michael Jordan's brother could have played better basketball than him. So
Right.
You telling me that use
No.
So that's somebody funnier.
I would say my uncle. I had 2 uncles that if they were alive and well today and could do stand-up comedy, they would have been killing it.
Yeah, that's some Chinese who's not
Yeah, that just
walking
naturally.
Jokes, boy. There's just as you see them, I say, oh gosh, nah, that one's
Yeah. Hey, you know who name was in that early lineup too? Junior Lee Limo. He was in that early lineup too.
I think he's one of the funniest people
Yeah.
on social media.
Lately, he's been pushing the social media.
Yeah, he really pushing
and-
social media.
And you have to, when it comes to selling shows, you have to. People have to know you for being funny before they say, well, all right, I can pay a 150 or 200 to come to your show now.
and then it's literally so
But
like,
as-
this is a date night show because I trying to figure out where to carry gears because apparently
No, so our shows,
Yeah.
not the Christian money could come to if the girl is Christian.
Hey,
Hallelujah,
no,
praise the
I'm not
Lord.
bringing only Muslims. I'm only bringing Muslim kids.
We have a maxi that we travel around with.
Right.
And we just want to know how to dress our what is called these? Our models. Yeah, models and them now, but we just want to know how to dress them. So if it's a Christian show, we can be bringing them in the
G-strings
in
and
the
the
paraphernalia.
whole paraphernalia. You see what I did?
Yeah.
You see that word there?
The
That
young
one?
donkey? No.
The donka.
The donka.
Right, so we can't really be dressing them in that way.
Who came up with the name for this podcast?
Hey, boy. We came up with the name.
Him.
We?
Yeah.
Him.
You immediately turned to this guy, right?
And I have to put you up here because if it wasn't for his genius,
Right.
Sure.
for his genius, we'd be calling this mansplaining. Remember that shit?
That's what I can hide in Tampa.
Like like men explaining.
Yes.
Or like I was like, hey, it's supposed to be like men explaining stuff.
We
And you-
here to tell you how we think. That's why it sounds like that.
And he was like,
Soft,
and he was like, are you no?
So I will take Ihor then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Men-
That's all right.
Mansplaining.
my dog, but that wasn't it.
That was not it.
But
Yeah,
I mean, to be honest, it have real different directions you could go with this.
Yeah, so he came up with the name, I came up with the donkey, and then, well, QB came up with the design.
Nice, man.
But
90s cartoon, kind of.
Yeah. Now we have plenty to do with that. So I mean, is he your show?
Is that no? So I mean, you are Christian, but this aligns with your brand. After the that you have.
I'm a comedian.
Christian,
I'm a comedian. A comedian that's Christian.
Yeah. Okay. So you never faced like no backlash from.
Of course.
Oh, he's a hypocrite.
Of course, yes.
And you see the thing about it is that them same people who point their finger at you. Put a magnifying glass on the life.
Of course.
Nah.
It's like, wait.
There's a reason why they point the finger, because they don't want to do this. Smell it.
So the first show that I had that was the first Christians Can Laugh. That was in, let me say, the first big one. I had one in my church first, smaller. And I realized Christian people very cliquish.
Yes.
Oh, I'm an open Bible, and I'm a
Catholic.
Pawi, I'm a Roman Catholic.
What do you ask?
No Pentecostal. All right, so
What's up, Pawi?
so there are different church bodies.
I could think of a million rude jokes for this, and that's why I was like, never stop right here.
I thought he was Elmer Fudd in the RN.
Yeah.
No.
I thought he was like a parina.
Jackie Chan saying
No.
Parina. I was like,
Is Pentecostal churches of the West Indies or something like that is
but
what the
that's
acronym is.
That's an acronym for your money, yeah.
Right? So
Powie.
yeah, they are independent Pentecostal churches, and that would be like
Coffee.
Pastor Coffee, Faith Assembly in Aruka,
How much daughters Pastor Coffee have?
Hey, I'll tell you after. Let's focus.
You know
on
that?
Winzian.
You like, why do you know this guy?
Because every time we drive down here,
Winzy is a friend of mine. I know her.
Oh, sure.
I know Winzy. I know Candel. I know those were the two that I knew, and I could say that I know them and had conversation with them. The older one, I didn't know her too well.
Yeah.
But I think it's three.
Okay, good.
I guess
this
it's
is
3 girls.
Penty.
Or
This
4.
is you're Pentecostal.
Yes, I'm Pentecostal.
That's the ones who's catch. That's the ones who's crying.
Shanda, yeah.
Be crying and
Shanda Ho, yeah.
I have
Yeah.
a question.
Shanda Ho.
Who's Shanda Ho?
I know Shanda. I know Shanda. I know Shanda. I know Shanda Ho.
Nobody
I know
else.
Shanda Ho like that.
But
You know some I don't know.
In terms of that whole backlash we were talking about, right? How would you have dealt with it in the past? You know, like,
So
is it still ongoing? Is it something that you
it is something that is ongoing. As a Christian comedian, a lot of people don't see the need for what I do until they come to an event that I keep. Right? There was a guy with the first show as I was getting today. The first show, he was like, what is this? Why Christian people come to a comedy show? So I guess he didn't understand exactly what I wanted to do, right? Because I'm a Christian and I know that Christian people have fun. But from the outside looking in, the general opinion is Christianity boring. Like you should just be whole day just praying and,
That's projection.
Right, so
Yeah.
So the man pull out script here about
What you pull?
I forget the exact script here, but something about being a jester. That you're not supposed to be a jester. But that script here, when you look at the context of it, it was more that you're in the church and while somebody's like trying to pray or whatever, you're like poking them. That is what that script here is about, right? And he kind of tried to twist that in a way where you're not supposed to have any kind of
fun.
Yeah.
So
where the Bible talk about the joy of the Lord is your strength, that laughter is medicine, these kind of things, so that is what I hold on. And I said, here what when I spoke to him, because he commented this big long thing on my when I was advertising.
He what?
Commented.
Oh, I was like, whoa.
He commented on my advertisement that was on my social media.
Right.
So I inboxed him. Hey, let me try to understand what your concern is. And I actually got his number. We spoke on the phone. I said, here what? Buddy?
You really
Christian.
Buddy, here what I'm going to do. I'm going to send some tickets for you and your family.
So that's why it's get free tickets. Hey, yes, that's why you get free tickets for you. Hey, yes, you see this goddamn fake Christian comedian.
So I sent tickets for him and his family, and I was waiting for the response after. And the response was, Kess boy, I had to apologize. I didn't understand what it was until I came. Until I came to the show. Right? I have to be real specific when I'm talking here. What you going on?
Well, I mean, after this, our podcast.
It's my money.
Yeah, that's that.
That's how it does go.
Hey, that's like you're boxing very wild. I must say this. Keep your guard up. Keep your guard up.
But yeah, he I would say now is probably one of the last show he sell plenty of the tickets.
He's your biggest fan. Now.
Yeah, the man pushing. When he done message it. When is the show this year? You know what I mean? So I think the evidence of what I do, and I think I fall into a real kind of space where it don't have a space for Christian people to just go and laugh and enjoy themselves. If let's say a Christian say, well, all right, they go into not that I'm saying anything wrong with any of the other comedy shows,
right,
or promoters, but they would say that a show is a clean show, a family friendly show, and when you go, people talking about the female anatomy,
right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's like the female
anatomy, yeah. Right, so
they're being suggestive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I had okay. I hold. I said, I have a female anatomy Christian joke. You know, again, a female anatomy Christian joke. You can boss this one. So
I don't want it. Go ahead.
No, so you can boss this one. So yeah, so you know they say the scripture talking about everybody cannot do the same thing in the church. Some people are the ears, some people are the eyes, some people are the toes and feet. But just keep in mind that Christ likened the church to a bride. So that means some people had to be the... No. Now you're not shocked.
No. You see, that one was real rude, boy.
No, where I was trying to go, okay, do you understand where I was going with that one?
I do.
We know where you went.
I knew where you were going from the time you started talking about...
That's a communist joke. That's communist.
Hey.
That's a good communist joke.
Hey, let me explain this.
Comrade, you must take.
Let me explain.
Money. Wildness.
Money. Hey, so I'm not shocked, boy. Maybe I should stick to my debauched sense of...
You're real technical. You're real...
No.
You're hooky-jokey like Kyrie Irving on the basketball court, dog.
Well, let me say, right? I admire you for trying it, right? Because a lot of people will say... Boy, I think I could make people laugh and thing, and they will never go on stage and try it. A lot of these social media personalities that we have,
tell jokes on stage.
They cannot go in front of people and tell.
Is that a front muscle?
They have, yeah, of course. It's very, very different. You could edit your video 2-3 times and you're good to go. If something had come out good, you could do it over and come out good. When you're in front of a crowd,
and you're bossing,
bro.
And some funny man in the crowd.
No, but here's the thing, when you're bossing.
No. What's that? Sometimes one little thing could throw off your entire set.
Yeah. Because okay, I realize this. You see why I'm talking, and you laugh,
right?
Okay, tell my joke now. Then it's like, is that the sense of the like, and that's what's going. It's like, I want to tell that joke now. So now you're just expecting. If I boss that, pause. If I boss that. No, sorry. If I boss,
no, he was on course.
Yeah, if I boss
on course.
And nobody know the joke coming.
Yeah.
Pause. Then
that kind of
everybody be like,
Trinis are very funny in conversation. The general population of Trinidad and Tobago, in conversation, you're playing a game of all fours.
Be witty.
Yeah, man, Real Jones.
Trinidadians so judgmental, boy.
I'm very hypocritical.
Real judgmental. You know the joke will be funny, but just because...
Yeah.
Let me see if this man can move me out. I want something out of this world funny.
You know how men do me at time because we was going to play the dozens back in the day.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, you know what playing the dozens is, right?
No.
Okay. Playing the dozens is American team being talking shit to each other, like roasting each other.
Okay, right.
Like nobody knows that one. How come I anyway?
Playing the dozen.
Playing the dozen. Is a slave tip. To be honest with you, it's not even no BS. It's rooted like you're playing the dozen, like you could buy them a dime a dozen. That's all of that.
Okay.
Slave free. But yeah. So men telling me things because you see my set.
Right.
So I had mostly
Yamaga.
Amaga. But people assume that I can't give back talk.
Right.
So when I was the man tell me something, I forget what it was. This is what men tell me years later. I was like, if I wanted to hear a hole, that's where I don't want to.
You can say what you want to say. Just now. Let me stop before you, because it's the second time while you stop saying something, right?
No, respect now.
Yeah, of course. I am glad that you guys think that highly of me. Right?
Oh, okay.
No, I don't think I did. I just want I want your Christian fans
Of course.
to follow the heat.
We need your fans.
Sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
But again, we live in Trinidad and Tobago. There's little space that you could go and not hear obscenity. If you working, if you do ever in this world, you're going to hear these things, right?
Industrial language.
Well, yeah.
So
It's
anyway,
a stupid term,
if I wanted to hear a soul of that fat,
Right.
And like men said that was the funniest because we was in 6'4". This was like the funniest thing.
You are censoring shit. That is where you go going and censor.
That was the funniest.
SH.
That was the funniest shit.
Yeah.
That was the funniest shit.
It's
Men say. That was the funniest. That was the funniest shit I hear ever. But because you tell the joke, we just didn't want to get that. Men said they sit down and like literally sit down on that pause.
Yeah.
I was like, we ain't getting that one.
Yeah, people is do that.
Don't say pause. Let's run through.
And
Suicidal are you?
so let me tell you this one.
Alright.
I went to an event, right? Went to an event, and there was somebody in the front of the audience that I know don't like me.
And they come to the show.
It wasn't. No, I was invited to the show.
Okay.
Right? So, but he didn't know or something. He didn't know I was coming. And immediately when he saw me there, started, and I see the shoo in. All right? I don't know what.
It's like getting funny.
Yeah, right? That's what I think was happening. Right?
Yeah, fuck this nigga.
So by the time I come up on stage now, people watching me like,
How much homosexual men was in the front row? Because that like they popped their lips and stuff like, what kind of shows you doing, bro? It's like hey,
I close my
I
eyes
feel you.
sometimes. I didn't see what
I feel you. You're really overthinking this
no,
thing. What is it? No, it's just how it was, like the real kind of prop up the self in a way, like make my laugh now, boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when you come into a space like that, it's the most difficult thing to get past it. It's either you ignore it or you lean into it. And I chose to lean in. Right? Well, I'm telling you, eat something sour, I started trouble them one time now. I'm telling you, wait boy, like that shoe's tight or something. I started go in on them one time, right? Because as I say, it's either you just ignore them and start to talk to the people in the back who might actually want to hear what you're saying. But
who comes a comedy show?
no, it wasn't a comedy show. I was the entertainment in
like a master ceremonies.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I do that too, but I was the entertainment to kind of break up a meeting kind of vibe.
Oh, okay.
A retreat?
A cooperative.
It was something like that.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So it was already there for an hour and a half already, and Kess Ramsey come in to tell some jokes in the middle before we go to lunch.
All right.
That is what I was supposed to be.
We
doing.
exploiting all the during capitalism and amazing. We're just gonna get this nigga to make it laugh.
Right.
Go on.
Right.
Laugh at this.
Yeah,
That sounds
and
painful.
yeah, people, if the mindset is not there, anything, the funniest thing, and they just watch you. Like,
So no, I'm telling you, I think the best aphrodisiac is probably comedy show. If you're carrying a girl on a date, comedy show, because you don't want to seem like you're influencing her with alcohol. So it's like, let me make you laugh, lower your defenses,
so
and,
let me say,
and it's double pam.
if you hear stories about the comedians in the States, a lot of these guys, even locally, a lot of these guys not very good looking, but they have wife and children and outside woman and things.
We have a theory about that, but
No, it's called non-selective.
yeah, this is non-select theory, but that's a different story altogether.
Here you go.
Should we indulge
speak too much.
in this conversation?
Let's go. Let's
Hold
go.
on. I have a button to press.
Yeah, what button to press?
All
right.
I realize you didn't react to that. That means you don't know what
You
that's
don't know
from.
that song?
How old are you? Okay. This is the age. How did you spell fuck in primary school? Was it with a U or O?
Yeah, we could.
I don't spell it. I don't think I ever like.
You never.
No.
Fuck you, miss.
No.
You didn't have any pen to back question to run in the back. You want to write them about?
No, I don't think I ever.
If
I
it's
don't think I
that
ever do
O,
that.
you're old school.
Nah, but that tone is the
I think I
Twilight
heard
Zone.
that.
By the
No,
corner,
I know where it's from. Yeah, Twilight,
Oh.
right?
Yeah.
I'm 33. 33.
You're supposed to know where Twilight is
Yeah.
from, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so you was talking about
Hate this guy.
I really don't like to talk about ugly man and thing, you know, but
Right.
you know, at the end of the day, everybody had that virgin who we just look and say, boy,
You can get a girl wet in a swimming pool.
dog. That different type of ugly. So
Like Jack Warner ugly we talking about.
Jack
the
Warner,
thing
if
about-
Jack Warner is the, if that, well then yeah, that.
that ugly
ugly.
people than Jack one in Trinidad.
Of course,
Yeah,
of course.
definitely.
Brigo.
Not even said Brigo. That ugly people than Brigo in Trinidad.
Brigo dead.
I passed in
Rest in peace.
my Massey stores Maraval yesterday, and I literally saw an individual standing on the side of the road, dog. I was driving my vehicle, and I had to literally look and keep looking. You know how ugly you have to be for
To make me risk
somebody.
running off the road.
Yeah.
That man make me turn my head. I was like, that's an alien. You know the Men in Black show a long time when everybody was an alien hiding in real plain sight.
So I
Them kind of people does make me feel that way.
So you can't bring your girlfriend to work because what's happening? Well, when I talk, she be laughing all the freaking time. And no, bring a comedian to impress you. You're on your phone.
Come down, no sorry. Forget that. Yeah, we can deal with it afterwards.
Don't take it on.
Nah, since this evening I was going to try to do something. Right?
Don't bring your personal
Yeah,
things
yeah.
on the podcast.
No,
Don't worry, right? Everything will be alright. You don't forget it.
Don't worry.
Yeah. Yeah, but don't worry, right?
Eat something.
Eat all the popcorn,
Yeah,
my big
yeah.
dog, right? Right, so that little segue, because I started to use segue out of context every podcast, right? That's a thing. So we segueing from talking about this whole Christian comedy and where I come from
Right.
into, I said it twice and nobody paused me. Good. Right, so
Black money.
we're going to start again to how your aspirations leading into 2024 and beyond, right?
Nice.
Where career-wise would you consider yourself, and what the prospects looking like for the future when it comes to comedy in your career?
So I would say it have a lot more to be done still. Right? If I could come here and you have no idea that comedy is running well and nice in Trinidad, then that just says that there's a lot more work to be done.
I'm trying to spend at least amount on these gills. So the comedy show, get through. $200 or less, get through. I'm there.
Yeah. So for me, I think over the next 5 years, I want the comedy industry to be as close to soca and that type of entertainment in the country, that people looking forward to these events, that we could easily say, listen, we want to bring Kevin Hart or somebody like that kind of level to come to Trinidad because people will come out.
So,
know?
wow, is this how a lot of comments?
No,
You really say come out.
Yeah, no. As a
All your
matter
mind
of
in the
fact,
gutter by the toilet. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I have no.
Because you have said come at least 45 times for this shit. I'm like, jeez, you come a lot. Come a lot.
I didn't really want to know all that, no, big man thing.
No, yeah. So my question would be,
Right, you ask him,
okay,
man.
Carnival is where February, March.
Yeah.
February, March. So
For the
what-
Trinidadians, yeah.
Early in the year.
so what would be the comedy season then? If you have to pick a time, that'll be.
That's why I'm trying to not limit comedy to a season. So the first show that we actually had a show all year's night, right? And then the next show was the Saturday after Carnival. We have that show every year, that Stand Up Saturday. We keep that every Saturday after Carnival. And then people will have like individual shows, like Simili Trini is having her show coming up just now. Mother's Day and doing a show partnering with Jaron Nurse to do a show. Mommy Say, we're doing that the 12th of May in Songforge. You can get tickets.
Nah, plug it for sure.
Yeah. And then Laugh on the Ave, we having
How come all
the
these comedy shows
big
are
comedy
rhyme?
show. You have to get some
And like
catchy.
the catchy. You
gotta get something catchy.
That's good.
It's just advertising in general.
This is Simili Trini.
No.
Oh.
No.
Dog, that's the
No.
wrong website you're lost.
I don't know.
That's a Christian boy.
I don't know what you are. What you looking at
The
there?
man's a Christian. That's the wrong website. Come on,
Sir, no. Oh, sorry. Okay, wrong website.
I don't know what song is that they just played there. I have no idea. I have no. What song was that from? Intro to what?
That the instrumental for the end of the show now, but yeah.
All right.
So, everything is everything.
Yeah, Simi.
Oh yeah, we're looking for Simi the Trini.
Let me.
I like how I escaped the
Simi
nonsense.
is
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Is that-
Pause.
Oh,
yeah. So this is Simi the Trini.
this Simi, yeah.
I
seen a pack of lorry.
I seen food.
Simi would be a really cool addition for
Simi's
you
a-
guys to talk
Simi's
to
a-
as well. She's a stand-up comedian. Yeah, that's Simi.
Advice for single women.
Yeah,
Roulette gal.
yeah. That's
Simi
Simi.
sound like she say a lot of things, you know. All right.
Simi.
You will get her. If you're in the control room right now, you know who I'm aiming for next.
If you could hear us.
If you could hear
Nice.
us.
So I would say Simi the Trini, Kevin Sawyer,
We got some comedians.
Nice.
Junior Lee, if his
If he's not so
schedule
busy, yeah.
if his schedule would allow, and Gabriel Bridgemohan, Jerome
As in
Richardson,
Batman? Gabriel?
We're not
No.
Oh, okay. No, you just hear the name though. That's all I say.
Oh, let's just say Gabriel and
Yeah, we get wild. I want to know it. Batman is a Christian comedian.
no, sir.
Okay.
What's going on in these churches?
No, no, he's actually Muslim. The Gabriel Atai called.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Comedy might be wild, but Muslim comedy is wild.
He tells dark jokes.
What I mean,
Boom.
I mean, if you willing to do some for them Seventh Virgins, bro, you
come
go
on.
right there.
No. But yeah, the crew that we work with now with Laugh on the Ave, Laugh on the Ave was really made because I think the mistake that a lot of the older comedians like the Larry Joseph and
Tommy Joseph,
those older guys, I feel like the mistake that they made was that they were kind of dependent on promoters to push a show for them.
Social media was nothing.
Social media was nothing. They didn't have that access to promote their own shows in that way. They didn't have the reach of social media.
They needed that kind of
They
media house.
needed those media houses, and a lot of them didn't have the capital to just go directly and promote the show and do the show for themselves. Because these places are expensive to rent.
Of course.
Napa in Port of Spain is $25,000 to rent for one night.
Hey, congratulations, you are that kind of okay. Okay, I clock in
That
your money.
overhead,
I clock in
serious,
your money. Okay. All they
This is fine, man.
trying to be having these Trinidad beefs, these comedian beefs. You might get some money.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we basically made our own
Niche
company.
Oh,
right.
okay,
So
okay.
Laugh on the Avenue is actually a company registered as a partnership, and it's 12 of us. And
That's a big partnership.
By the
Boy.
disciples.
yeah,
Who's Christ?
yeah.
That's not an idea.
I guess Christ want to be me and that pussy because the rest of them not.
So who's UNC in that pussy?
Nah.
I just had to ask you that partnership. Come on, wait. Let me be a funny man too now. Pause.
So yeah, we took we kind of trying to learn from the older guys and say, you know what, and this is advice that we got when we actually got to sit down and speak to them.
Yeah.
I would say one of the more successful from the older set, even though I was trying not to put Pricey in the full group of the older set, I feel like she kind of came in the end.
Is the bridge? Like the bridge?
Yeah, she came more to the end of that era. Pricey was the one that was listening.
And she taught a lot of comedians on her back.
Of course. She started.
Her right through, I don't know what they're talking about.
Rachel Price?
No, I've no
He didn't have radio growing up on him, but it's alright though.
Right, so she started working on the radio, and she said that was her way of promoting her own shows. So she was on the radio, people hearing her every day, all of
Find she
that.
funny. Yeah.
Right. So when she say, listen, if you're working on a radio station and your boss not giving you a little discount to promote your own ads, then you should probably leave that job. Right? But you get a little discount to promote your show.
Okay.
When you're on there, you talk about it.
And then sometimes you have a soca song and it's become rude.
They come like them
Looking at you and
DJs. They
Blaze.
come like them DJs on them, yeah.
Looking at you, Blaze.
Yeah. We understand.
But yeah, so she was the one that started kind of making your own platform, and then social media came in, and she started to get followers on her social media so that she could promote her own shows. And it's really a blueprint that you could follow. Again, Nowadays, anybody could take up the phone
And do a thing.
and start making content.
Yeah.
When it comes to the content thing, I think I started doing content first. I started doing videos first. It was easier, and to me, I didn't think I was seeing any avenue for stand-up comedy. Right? Just as you were saying, you didn't know anything about it. At that point, the only shows you were seeing were like the Randy Glasgow, the same type of.
That man just called a name. Sorry to digress on.
Go ahead.
You know that name sticking, how that name stick in my head? I was getting licks on Sunday evening, man. Right?
Imagine a name trigger Lexa's a memory.
No, serious thing, I get licks.
Benny Hinn.
I get licks on Sunday evening, right? Mm-hmm. Because I was like, it was standard 5 and I was trying to teach me to iron my clothes and I was like, iron clothes. What sense I make?
That's a woman's job anyway.
Yeah. So it was kind of
The
like
podcast name is not Man Explain or whatever his name is, right?
So you know, you grew up in an extended family. Mm-hmm. Things just be kind of haphazard in an extended family, right? You just find all kind of craziness happening. So our ironing board was the dining table.
Of course.
Right?
The bar sheet on it.
Yeah. You know the settings, right? So yeah, you're not a proletariat at all.
Look at all these poor people.
Right?
Poor people come in.
So you put the shit on the table and the iron or whatever. So everybody had to come and take a turn.
No, take a turn. That is dark.
Yeah.
Is that Parry? Sorry, is that Powie? A Powie? Where is it even Tapo?
A Powie.
Pause.
That's a bird, by the way. Yeah? That's a bird. That's a bird.
A Powie.
That is a bird. A Powie is a
Powie is a
bird.
bird,
No,
yeah.
yeah. Whew.
Is that oil bird?
You hit very hard.
Probably is that oil
Oh,
bird.
sorry.
He
I didn't.
lived in.
I'm quite thin.
As always, sorry.
Is marriage is gay that size? No.
But yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So
Not gonna get married then.
everybody take the chance. They come and iron the clothes.
Right.
We left, and that, things stay up until Monday evening now, right? That's how the joke from the day before. Context. Yeah, I'm a funny man. Right?
That's joke already.
You're building the joke. That's what you call it.
So Monday
the
evening,
joke
now
is
you're coming from school, you sweat with your friends in the road, you do the most, coming inside. And at that particular point, that Randy Glasgow name was ringing out on the TV promoting a comedy show. But, and I can like a broomstick across my back. As I walk in
By
the
the way, kids, if you were born prior to
yeah, we used to get licks.
No, but before 1990, a broomstick is a standard lick.
Standard.
So it's not
Broomstick.
abuse. It's not
Yeah.
abuse. It's not abuse. It was just
Broomstick, hairbrush,
or anything that could be
anything that
Crack it
within
across.
reach
Yeah.
at that point. I have a bus idea from my grandmother.
that's called abuse.
From a the big battery, the C type.
Oh, that one like a C-type
She launched it.
Hey, I don't know why. Them could have felt anything wrong corner. It didn't matter where it was.
So these little pussy children not dying and friggin' over hot cars and things.
No. No. What about getting bullying on
hot
social media?
cars.
You could just delete somebody's comment, right? But you
You can
block them.
You can
mute the comment.
You could delete comment. You
Yeah.
could block somebody, but you letting somebody bully you on social media.
You let me step out of battle. Mr. Timo.
Good night, brother. Yeah.
No, I have my self-esteem is low. I have low self-esteem.
It's all good, buddy. Yeah.
I think it's low
Yeah,
self-esteem.
remember.
Well,
talk about that
we
now.
will talk about it.
Yeah. Be
Mansplaining. Mansplaining.
Be strong. Everything will be alright. Right? You good?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was how I remember Randy Glasgow. And since then, every time I hear that man's name, I don't want to go to a comedy show. I just have a.
Hey, boy.
So when you see me, that's when I like.
I was like, yeah. So
Well, Randy lost a customer for life because Alex.
no, yeah. As I hear Randy Glasgow promotion, pow!
Yeah.
That's all I remember.
That's what Jokey laughing at. Right?
Yeah.
He will like he
She laughing at my abuse now.
he telling like some bangers right now. And that's what you laugh at.
Yeah,
Big up yourself.
I'm a funny guy. Anyway,
Easy one to get you laugh. You see the kind of shit. Go do it.
What you gonna do, boy?
it's
What
called
you
a
gonna do?
talent by monster by. Anyway, so
So, yeah.
well, I have those.
Because I was going to ask. So at any point in time, you're with your wife and she's like, oh God, quit that funny shit now. Oh God, not like quit the career, but it's like, oh God, I don't want to hear no jokes. We talk about paying the bills.
She said, how long, no, you're cracking joke?
You're cracking like, oh God, I don't want you to be funny. Just come on, like SDFU and like just be a dad. You don't want to be you.
She says about this is 1998.
Like
You're cracking jokes.
You got me with the jokes, but keep me now.
Oh gosh, that was. Oh
But you don't get no
gosh.
pressure from the wife.
Settle
yeah,
down now. No.
She
Wife
like to
is
laugh.
very supportive.
She Indian. Indian. That sounds like an Indian girl. Sound like an Indian.
I have a Douglas wife.
Indian mother.
I have a Douglas wife.
Indian mother.
Yes.
Oh, yo.
That's very racist.
You know, it's racist. It's racist, but it was accurate. This level of racism is brought to you by.
We have nothing to bring that to, right? Just let it be, dog. Just let it be, right?
No, remember, Ezekiel is say so is the mother, so is the daughter. So basically, based on brought up and that kind of stuff, because they didn't have PTSD because of slavery, where they have a different kind of brought up. So she would have raised her daughter to be like an Indian girl. Said it fast because I'm trying to make it sound like I actually know what I'm talking about. Now we can go back to the show. Yeah.
That was a public service announcement. Yeah.
Man, and to explain his entire point of view there.
Yeah.
Just not the song racist.
So
What's racist?
we have some.
I mixed.
We have some young people. We have some younger people coming up, right? And definitely we have completely different tastes in comedy. Right? A lot of these young people, to me, there's a big divide because we didn't grow up the way they grew up.
Yeah.
We grew up with capital punishment, right? Corporal punishment.
grew
We
up
see
with-
Go
with
Chidi and them
cool.
hang. We see a lot of things happening in our
When
lives.
school was finished, I had to be home in 5 seconds.
We grew up with doubles.
We
being
grew
less
up.
than $2.
We grew up with morning shift and evening shift school.
$2.
Yeah, so things was completely different. Right? And
I remember doubles being $1. And they'd raise it to $1.50.
you remember Henry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so
Good times. We.
how we are going to attract the youths to actually come and express themselves in a comedic form, you know, in the manner that we're talking about, in that different muscle called stand-up comedy, because stand-up comedy in itself seems very daunting if you're
Yeah.
unprepared. You know, so
You have to have a very high level of self-worth because people.
oh
are
yeah,
shit
that
at-
cocaine.
Something to boost
What worked with you? Was it the crack? Was it cocaine? Because what worked for me was.
Oh, hey, cool. Rico,
Was cooking.
what an idiot! Yeah, wait.
But yeah,
bring them on board. Bring them on board.
So this year, over the past year, I would say there's a younger, 2 or 3 younger guys that actually tried. Kristen HD or something like that, I think his name
Okay.
is on Instagram. He came and he tried. So I think it's really just here what I think they need to see, that if you are a good stand-up comedian in Trinidad, you can actually make a living and
But jokes.
offer jokes. I think at the end of the day, yes, you want to, tell them, hey, you follow your passion, you want to make people laugh, but it has to make sense to people.
Yeah, that is it.
How long would you, I would not join something knowing that the end result is me having to put up a donation thing on my page.
That's why I
That happened to
quit.
somebody.
That's why I quit basketball. Because the greatest,
Local?
Yeah, the greatest basketballer I met ended up being the garbage man. I was like, if this is the pinnacle,
yeah.
I don't want to be a garbage man.
And I'm talking about the real bad, shooting
he-
trees.
no, water.
Yeah. And
Splash boy.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the same thing that happening with sport in the country. I feel like we had to show people that they could make money off of these things. Otherwise, they're not going to. Why go through all of this training? Why do this extra work, writing jokes, coming up with sketches, all of these things, and then
For what?
for what? Your mother seniors are disappointed.
You're going out tonight again.
Don't worry. Young comedians, you have until about 25. Then after that,
You
it's all
understand?
down- it's all downhill.
You had to figure it out after that, man. Come
It's
on.
true.
Yeah.
So because here's the thing. For some reason, because I do an NESC course,
Right?
St. Madeleine, so motor mechanics. I just didn't want to pay a man $5,000 to fix my car. It was 3 months
So
ago.
you're doing it,
Yeah,
right.
the government was sponsoring it.
Right.
So I did with, and for some reason, the free course is auto mechanics. You would swear to have a different kind of ethnicity, but I end up in the black class. So, and I end up there now.
This guy is very racist.
Trinidadian Douglas like to call that card on both sides.
Yeah,
now,
boy,
but
yeah, boy,
they-
come on,
they-
just-
nah,
No,
they
we-
rest
we-
like
we-
you to know. Oh, they Douglas rest
Carry
like
on.
you to-
Anyway, so then I was telling them, they were saying, nah, they want to do sport and what they're doing. And I was like, yo, why don't go in
Right.
cricket? Because you can actually make money playing cricket. It's like,
Right.
why I playing cricket for a thing?
Right,
They
yeah,
have
yeah.
a aversion to it because they came, a lot of them come from, I guess, bad communities. I don't know what's the bad communities
Yeah.
in South now, but
Yeah.
like they come from those spaces now. So there's like cricket, I ain't playing cricket.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
Indians just do that thing. And I was like,
Yeah.
but bro, Look at the cricket players. They make
Exactly.
money.
That's true.
What football are making just like a cricket player?
Yeah.
Levi Garcia.
I think the yeah, but I was saying
Like what,
the
man?
chances of you getting through as
Yeah,
it's a real good footballers in the country.
Thank
now.
you very much.
But making it to that level, a lot of them don't get to there.
But how much cigarette you go smoke before you get cut
Yeah,
from the
boy,
team?
men drinking beers
When they see-
before and after
alright.
the game.
Sometimes you see this.
Imagine we have a thing, you know, when you hear about Fet match internationally,
Yeah.
after the game, men, enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
By men drunk before the game start, by men.
No, I mean, once you got playing, that's all that matters, Like drinking and driving is
see?
wrong if you cap.
Hi, hello.
Hey. Wait, welcome back. All right. Cool.
Drinking and driving is
Nice to meet you, sir.
drinking and driving is only
This man
wrong.
is advocated for drinking and
Drinking and driving.
driving.
You didn't let me finish. I believe, Mr. President, you did not let me finish my speech. What I was trying to say, what I was trying to say is drinking and driving is only wrong if you bounce the car. Anyway. I mean, I know men drinking and driving, men going to drink and drive tonight. So just remember, if you die, me and your girl will be lying down together. So anyway, continue.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So look at his face. Look at his face. Look at his face. If you think about drinking and driving, it will save your life.
Done?
Yeah, what you said, man?
Yeah.
What can I say? You're crying laughing. My joke was funny though, right?
Oh, it's a cough,
My joke was funny though, right?
Nah, boy.
I
I don't advocate for drinking and driving. You shouldn't drink and drive.
right, I was saying, drink and drive if you want to.
Designated a driver.
Now,
Good
but I'm
and
more
line.
serious now.
Thank
I
you.
mean,
Thank
you
you.
bring it back
Pivot.
to be serious, right?
Pivot.
You see, you mentioned money.
Moolah, finances.
Trinidad and Tobago, financially speaking, the average person is not very
Literate.
financially literate, right?
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, business propagation in our country is something that was not very we didn't get
Nobody shows us.
We weren't taught business proper. So looking at it from the point of view of I am an unsuccessful comedian, but I love comedy.
Right?
There's not a fall off from that, meaning that you can't fall back into industry of event coordinating.
Comedians, if they fall back, in the States, what happen is screenwriting. They will do
Yeah,
sketch,
they do
sketch. So,
Yeah. But down here doesn't really have the market for that as
but what
Right now.
what I would say though is that everything has had to start from somewhere.
Of course.
And what I would commend all the comedians, every last one, on social media, sketch comedians, people who's really doing, everybody who add into the ecosystem.
you right?
Eventually, if each captain put the team together, I think regionally at least Trinidad could actually be a funny hub.
Yeah.
Because we are naturally funny people, but the problem is we are afraid of cameras. Right?
Yeah, a lot of people,
We are afraid of exposure.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, if you catch them just liming in a bar,
Yeah. Old dog sweet.
all 2 o'clock, 3
All
o'clock in
day.
the morning, they start scratching
All
their
night
head,
they're
listening.
talking.
Strange enough, isn't it? No, like what you say there. Prior to this, I was trying to do podcasting for years before
Right.
it was a thing. Like
Right.
I think I had one of the first here, like not this one, but like our next one.
Right.
What I'm seeing is people will be talking greasy. We can say wherever we want, wherever. No microphones.
Yeah.
You put on that recording device.
Yeah.
It's like, oh well, hello. How are you doing?
My name is. How are you?
Well, you know the scientific. Remember pontification.
Pontificus.
For preponderance or pondering.
All of a sudden, Einstein is your uncle.
Yeah,
Immediately. Come on.
Use the smartest. Yeah, like you.
I think the
I'm an
quadratic equation of,
anthropologist. I'm an anthropologist of the English language.
yeah, all of that. So it pretty much is the same thing. It's just like, because I don't know, everybody's the court jester, but don't want to be the court jester.
Yeah, I think I like people. So no, that's just me. I've always been a very outgoing person.
Extrovert, yeah.
Yeah, always. From school, primary school, secondary school, it always had a lot of people around me. So I think I like interacting with people. So I think that's why I started doing social media in the first place, because it's like this is the way to meet a lot of people. You know,
What I use is an app called Tinder. If you want to meet all the time,
That's all right. Are you okay?
You use Tinder.
Okay.
If you want to meet people, just
okay.
Not
Not that kind of meeting.
Oh, okay. Just
Gentlemen.
If you want to meet all the people,
When we trying to supply the listeners, right, with a little bit of funny, a little bit of intellectual, a little bit of, you know, a little bit of everything now, dog. Sometimes we just had you notice a red light coming up and stop the car by the red light now. You know, don't just drive the car to the red light.
I know, I just saying. You say you want to meet people, right? That apps for that.
But that's sporting, right? Or you change it. That's okay.
I misconstrued.
I remember the man married now.
Yeah. Cut your flick off camera. Understand?
Dog,
Cut your flick. Yeah, boy, dog. I'll show you some spots.
All right. Yeah, good to know you, right? We should tell.
She's. We just telling jokes here. We just telling jokes.
Roll by dog, boy. Go, go. Finish it up.
You good? You finished? You get it?
Yeah, it's on my chest.
All right, nice.
Everything's settled, right?
I'm good.
Right. So to finish off the point of your whole thing, I think we just need to be a little wiser how we do business in this country.
Yeah.
Everything is kicks, yes, but at the end of the day, this, as always says, our nation of mediocrity.
Yeah.
You know, people hate. We naturally lazy. We live on an island.
Yeah.
We're surrounded by coastal areas, so everything is I go to the beach and cock up your foot and eat a bacon shack.
Well,
right?
well, if it's a workout, what you gonna do?
Yeah. We come last in the World Cup. Okay.
At least we get through.
Yeah, we get
Well,
through.
we make it, you know.
So that is our culture.
Yeah,
And I
for
think
sure.
if we lean into that a little bit more, we could actually turn the mirror on ourselves and make it relatable and funny.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of funny is relatability.
That's why he picked
that's
Hee-Haw,
funny.
you know. That
Yeah.
was Hee-Haw.
It's just a turn the mirror back on society.
You're watching the donkey.
No, because we had to address something. A lot of people
watching the
just,
ass in the mirror.
a lot of people just approach us and say he hold this and that's not a brand and they're not in that brand.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, right, I not too familiar with when somebody tells me about the brand and they don't sell nothing now. You know?
Yeah.
And
But they have nothing.
no, you tell me I have a brand now, but what you sell?
What do I get for?
What is the promise you're giving to me as somebody who come as a consumer in a capitalist society to get something from you?
We talked about hard work earlier, right?
Yeah.
And I want to commend a few people on social media.
Yeah.
Right? Social media in Trinidad, when you talk about the social media personalities who do skits, right? I have to big up Rody.
He was one of the first settlement, right?
Yes.
I don't know that.
That's all right. Cool. Samson. Samson
I know that.
Samson has a dedication
Yeah.
to making content that nobody else in the country has.
Consistency.
The man, every week you are getting probably 6 videos.
Yeah.
Where I am fighting up to get 2 videos done a week. I am, bro. And this is all I do, you know.
Yeah.
This is what I do.
This is your source of income.
Yes, this is what I do.
Right.
And other than life in general, trying to set aside time, the turnaround from him shooting a video, editing it, to posting it is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, he is that guy.
Yeah, when I tell you,
Oh,
I have to give him his props with the consistency and the quality that he has.
He locked in.
Yeah. He has been consistent, I would say probably the last 3 years with content. You know? And Junior Lee, Kyle Boss, I think is his name. These guys have been putting out content. Well, I think Junior Lee over the past year started to ramp up his comedy, and Kyle Boss as well. And these guys, I will give them the props when it comes to the content. When it comes to comedy, stand-up comedy on stage,
Sonny Bling.
Sonny Bling. is not
Sonny
good.
Bling, no, he would. I would consider him one.
I just said that for community effect here.
No. I would consider him one. I think that he will do well on stage.
The man is a radio personality. He have that gift.
Yeah. I think if Sonny wants, he could sit down and write a half an hour jokes and be good on stage.
Final, but good. Yeah.
No, I go because I wanted to know. It was like you talk about the influencers that do the comedy sketches or
Right.
the other influencers, because there's some girls who just making it clap with and them getting through on social media.
Well, again,
Like, you know, someone saying content
There-
creators, you went on the comedy aspect, but
Yeah.
then it have men like we do. you remember when we do the compare and contrast, where a man coming and giving you like financial advice, and then we compare it to thing, and then she was like 200 and some thousand, and he was like squinting for the five, and so he giving like actual tips in terms of this is what you do saving bonds.
It have a difference between content and content.
Let me say the what's the one of the oldest professions in the world?
Farming. I know he's going to say that.
You must say farming. But yeah, so next to farming, when they figured out how to make food, they figured out how to, you understand? How to sell the body, right?
Or the anatomy, the female anatomy.
Yeah, the female anatomy, right?
The mooch.
But at the end of the day, as men, boy, we have a weakness for women. That's just how we are built. And there are a lot of guys that can't control themselves. They have no self-control. So,
no impulse control.
Yeah. So immediately they see a nice girl. Oh my God. I like this. And again, engagement is what pushes your brand. Right? So on social media, think about it like this. A man will sit down and he going through the girl whole profile, every picture he think like and he go
hoping, praying.
That's what he going, bro.
No, just saying. Men,
I know on social media like that.
Engagement will build will actually make the algorithm push this person more. Yeah. So the more fellas, wait, she real nice thing. Wait, what's that thing? What she have on?
You might have to get some horse for the podcast.
Yeah, change the donkey.
No, like a whore, and she. But not like a whore, like we'll call her a whore.
But I think that's why they get a lot of followers because of the engagement of the Sims, as that's the new term. Because of the engagement of the Sims, they.
Baby man say that. What the man say?
I say it big too. Their content gets more reach because of the men clicking. It's clicks. At the end of the day, when it comes to online, clicks is what matters. Clicks to your page, and they will. Okay, so I think everybody knows how social media is work. So
I'm a old guy.
Let's say I post a video today. All right. Wherever platform, they would show it initially to probably like half of my followers. Okay. And if the half of my followers like it and watch it a couple times, they will share it to the next half of my followers and some additional people who not following me. You understand? If the people who not following me like it, they will double it. It's almost like a multiplier.
But they have to check to see if it's relevant.
Right. So the way it works is, again, if these core people that following you, every time the girl posts a video shaking, hey boy, thing and sending it, and all of those things are recorded. When you send a video to a partner, hey boy, watch this girl.
Yeah.
All of that is seen as engagement. You understand? So that is, I think that is why their content or their followers grow quickly, because it's kind of easy to get engagement when you're doing things like that.
I can't even knock the hustle, you know.
And I'm knocking the hustle, but then it's like
there's quality information online, and it doesn't get the because it's boring.
Is it boring?
It's boring to a lot of people. Let me say it like that.
And it's like, so that's where I wanted to go to. So now, considering, we have a term called 84s.
84.
So
it's not really a term, it's a number.
It's a number. It's like
it means
84.
something.
Okay.
The average IQ for this country is 85.27. I'm going to go down into my scientific talk now. So because people don't like
the man voice get deep.
Pontific.
I'm going to go into my scientific.
Yeah, this is my actual personality, just so you want to know.
Yeah.
85.27. So average IQ is 85.27. You know that how low that is? So are you now seeing that you coming into... Yeah.
There's a lot of people in countries in the hundreds.
Yeah. The States, Japan is one of the highest in the world. Kind of thing. We right above Jamaica, thank the Lord, because of that coast. Right above Azerbaijan. Bomboras. Yeah. But yes, so seeing all of these things, we know, or as content creators, because are we content creators or we just like talking?
You could say podcast.
Podcasters. We now have to toe the line. Are we? Because we could sit down and speak pontificate whole day, and it's like that real boring. Yeah. But then I can talk about hose boy thing, and then click, the AI is just take it up.
Yeah.
Use the whatever. I could talk shit and I could talk sense.
Here I've tested this, right? I was live on TikTok an evening. Probably had about 30 people on, right? And I was like, oh, let's watch this. And I started to talk about Bacchanal in church. Right?
Right.
Oh, it had a time a young couple would get pregnant and thing, and right? Bacchanal thing in church. Right?
Yeah.
What? 100 plus viewers
Yeah.
immediately. How come? We like drama. That's just what it is.
But that's in nature media.
Right. So I think that is where we have to find a way to almost toe the line to figure out a way to get your quality information in between something to catch their attention. You know?
So,
Yeah.
Which is why we, guys, right now, it's just subliminals we like doing now. The subliminal shots.
As a matter of fact, not just subliminal.
Subliminal.
Subliminal. Sometimes what we try to do is make it make sense.
Yeah.
Right? We could come here and talk shit all the time. But I think the purpose of our podcast is really edification.
That's why I started listening to podcasts.
Yeah.
That's why I honestly doing it because I love podcasts. I love listening to podcasts.
And
Same.
there are a lot of people who's come on the show and give information that Trinidadians do have
information.
access to.
And
Yeah.
honestly, useful information.
Yeah.
We have like guys who's financing.
Yeah.
You have people who come and tell you, yo, you can get a loan this way. You can do this stuff that's gonna actually benefit you. So what we have to do is plaster on. Yeah, Gail, she box fat boy.
So part of the whole ruse, if you want to call it that,
Yeah.
is this is just the exterior, but when you actually start following the show, you realize, wait, they don't be talking no kind of slackness on
Yeah.
the show.
If your
Yeah.
attention span is more than like
So
2 minutes.
it's like a gate that we put there for
and,
people
and
who...
that's good.
Yeah, so
That's
we
good.
niche it in a way where if you're really not a faker, if you're
Yeah.
not a uptight, stiff neck,
Yeah.
they could literally see, this is for me. Right? But if it's
Yeah.
not for you,
so.
Don't listen.
I have to say outrageous things. I have to because that's
That's
what get
fine.
people.
He's
That's what
contracted
get-
to
that's
see
why
you.
I'm contractually obligated
But
to
the-
see
oh.
drink and drive. I have to.
don't ask
yeah,
who
yeah.
contractor. huh?
It's drive. It's arrive alive.
They're calling me.
What's her? You see, the more accidents that happens on the highway, the more contracts they get. And that kind of
Hello.
stuff. So, okay.
Yeah.
kind of thing.
As I
Can I get one of those? Can I get one of those? Yeah. Anyone?
me on no ice. Right now is...
It's poverty, boy. It's poverty. Winter season is over.
So, let me ask you a question about comedy.
Tell me.
Kess, you know. I am by no means in any way somebody that people will assume to be a funny person. Right? Greg, what are you doing? Greg, that's a cigar cutter. Stop it. Bring the bottles, bring the bottles.
Just bring our next bottle. Yeah.
Yeah, listen. You looking at me? I had a look at that.
Comedy.
Yeah. People will look at me and say, there's a funny. He look like a kick something. So I don't have that kind of approach, right? But what I'm saying is, right? Yeah. What I'm saying is that in as much as comedy does go,
Yeah.
writing, preparing, and the whole like when you're writing for your shows, because it's multiple years. Was the process where it's fine somebody saying this joke would be funny, or was it litmus test you just used to really say this joke pass or this joke is boss?
Right,
How you
so-
could tell?
So ultimately, the only time you know is when you're on stage. Sometimes you could get an idea and you say, "Nah, boy, this real funny," and you thinking, "Hey, nah, this going and kill." And when you reach on stage, people are like,
boom.
Yeah, so the testing season that we talk about, where we just the $60 and they come out and we test jokes. That time is to try anything, and that's where as you say, you're really practicing to see what works for you.
Yeah.
And I would say over the past 2 years, the group of comedians that I work with, everybody has grown so much more. Because they're able to do that on a regular basis.
Iron.
Of course, biblical, right?
It's
Let me go back
like
to
an
that.
incubator then, so
Yeah.
everybody growing in us environment.
Sometimes I think when you just started, you see how you came up with 2 jokes quick? Right, so that is something that you write down and you try to work it and polish it. And sometimes the first night you tell it, people watch you like, where you was going with that? But you might change one line, change one word, say it a different way, and it get the reaction out of people because laughter comes with surprise. I don't know if you follow. Laughter comes with surprise. So you will see the build up to a joke.
I think that would be the name of the episode. Laughter comes with a you with surprise.
So there are categories with jokes. There are one-liners. One-liners, right? Hey, my name is Kess Ramsey. I'm sorry to disappoint you guys. Hearing the name Kess and seeing me, that's a one-liner.
Watch. Okay, my one-liner is like
I'm the only Kess that he could afford.
Yeah.
That's a one-liner.
I like that.
Yeah,
that's a one-liner.
I like that.
My girl asked me to take me somewhere I never take her before, so I was like, okay, let me go in the kitchen. That's a one-liner.
Take it somewhere expensive to the gas station.
Ooh. And you laugh at, yo. What were you doing here? I tell the jokes on this show.
So those are one-liners. What's the guy named Jim Carr? Jim Carr has his set will be almost full of one-liners.
Yeah.
Right? And there's the type where you could do more storytelling.
Dave Chappelle.
Dave does a lot of that. And then there's the regular. When you're telling a joke, you would say something to the beginning to grab people's attention, and then you could tell them the story to the punchline, the build up to the punchline.
Yeah.
So you say something crazy.
My uncle is a cross-dresser.
Yeah.
Right.
So let me tell you how, and then you build the joke.
Uncle Gary.
You understand?
Please be.
So you build the joke after that, right? So that's basically the methods. But that a one-liner is short enough to get you to that surprise state instantly. The longer form joke needs to have a build-up, and then, as people would say, a segue, but is really, what's the term, boy? I forget the term that we use in comedy.
A punchline.
The punchline, right? Really? No, there was something else.
Before you lead the punchline.
Yeah, but whatever. I'll get the point, right? So you say something to catch their attention, you tell your story, the build up, and then to the end of that, instead of it being something obvious that people probably thinking, something that kind of threw them off of what they were thinking, and that is the punchline.
A little wit.
Right.
Guess I have a little bit of honesty here, boy.
Tell me.
Gosh.
No, we
talking about styles of comedy and how those things does go on there, right? How prolific are you in roasting?
I love it, you know.
I love roasting.
I love it.
Right?
Yeah. I had one for my birthday, a smaller one for my birthday.
Because I mean, every big comedian is get into roasting. So that means you don't take yourself seriously.
No.
I feel so stupid. I watching this man right hand whole time and counting how much fingers he have on one hand. I was like, how much fingers this man?
I have 11 fingers.
That's why I think to my dog. Whole children. I
have 11 fingers.
I see an extra finger passing from my face.
So you touched me with that hand just now?
Yeah, I did.
Like I don't girl.
Your first son going to have that same kind of thing though.
Listen, if that happened,
where's going?
It's not because it's contagious. Something went on otherwise, right?
Whoa.
It's just an extra appendage. That is
just born with an extra finger.
Yeah, born with an extra finger.
So when you're driving that day, you could hold an extra.
Yeah. So where you see like when people carrying drinks and things, as a man could hold it like this.
Then tell them stop.
So I could hold.
Whoa!
Buttons, you know what I mean?
Hold on. You could hold a 6-pack. That man could hold a 6-pack with no cardboard enough. Wee!
No. But again, you see what they get on with you?
Independently?
No, I can't.
Damn.
So what
happened?
What's
this all your talk was? I said
nothing.
I said nothing.
No, but the shock that I'm accustomed to this.
Yeah,
I was waiting for somebody to bring it up.
Ask the man first though, like.
I was waiting for somebody to bring it up. and you right here in you, and he see this over the popcorn bowl.
I
As you touch the popcorn,
The first thing is like that.
You know what I know thinking about a more scary movie too, with the guy with the like
Yes,
like
yes,
you
yes,
touch
yes,
the potato with that, bro. Like
Yes. That's exactly
Yeah.
what I thought. I see the finger going in the bowl. I was like, wait, that's an extra finger went in the bowl. But that's alright, dog.
I was thinking about like E.T. and like
It don't hurt anything,
does
huh?
one finger glow or something like that. Does tricks.
Sometimes.
Alright, so you was always a Christian?
Yes.
So you never get the boss man with extra
I did.
So you never get to go on a max you tag him as like, let me show you a trick out.
No. But it wouldn't work.
You tried it already, how you know?
Hello. All right. So
Hee-haw!
Alright, so. No, we had to
But yeah.
well, listen to the show, yeah.
growing up in Trinidad,
Natural
this
and
first
mean.
thing, yeah, of course.
True.
People call me all kind of name with this finger. There's a joke that I have with this finger. All kind of names. Growing up in Trinidad, you know, people is find nicknames for you for anything. You is Magaman. We know this.
Ice hedge.
Yeah. Yeah, you have a massive head.
Man.
Hammer head too. That would be a nice name, yeah.
No, but I know a guy with a bigger head than mine, right? And he had the audacity to try to insult me.
We're not calabash.
Yeah, right? And you know what Masha be talk? When I tell him, he couldn't remember what he do yesterday. What he do tomorrow. He remember what he do tomorrow. And he's like, what?
I don't get it.
You remember what you doing tomorrow?
Can't forget nothing, boy.
I know.
What here? So, let's eat your popcorn now. You agree?
I can't be a comedian, you know. You don't laugh at my joke. I went in on crowd and thing, you know.
It's fine.
I move like a madman in the show. I say it. So
But
me
yeah,
funny,
I like the roast because that's where it was going initially, right?
yeah.
I like roasted, man, because it really do have a lot of things that you could tell me about me now, boy. That
True.
people that tell me already. I have a big family that like to talk real nonsense.
Love that shit, dog, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Love it, boy. Give me blood, boy.
That's the thing about this.
Monster,
Most
like.
people not really like. Okay, like people just try to roast me. I was like, oh, I've entered into the dungeon. Yes, you know, just like, oh, look at that. Now you can't leave.
It's not how much you can say to a man who just like shit, dog. boy.
Yeah, like what you gonna tell me? And to be fair, my life pretty nice too. So it's like, if you have a lesser life than me, then I kind of really.
What I tell you today?
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, I don't know.
My
Anytime
life is
somebody
nice.
pouring on me, trying to talk to me, I say, you don't get poor.
No, it's like anytime I deal with a child that I'm not with the child, but hits me sometimes like, Mom,
You let him hit it, bro.
I'm not your child's father.
bag of huggies,
Take
bro.
that up in court.
A bag of huggies, yeah.
Like when my wife got pregnant, I just started watching more and more of divorce court and thing.
Oh, boy.
Just to like laugh
To
at
prep
these.
yourself for
Yeah, boy. No, not to prep myself.
I don't know.
You know, when they carry the and the mother's like, yes, he's the baby daddy, and then
You're
results
not
are, you're not the father. I used to laugh because
Man run on the
funny
car
to me.
park.
That's like
yeah, boy.
that's probably some of the best words somebody could tell me. Or the one of the scariest words is if a girl says I'm late. I was like, you're late for what? Work.
So
Yeah, but I call in sick girl.
the youth man. That
No,
Yeah, but you have to be having sex and thing to for a girl to.
way.
I guess anal sex doesn't count. I guess.
You know,
You can't like.
yeah, right. That
Woman. No, next time. I don't wanna get I'm left-handed. No offense. I don't try to discriminate you. I'm left-handed.
Oh boy.
But when are we coming up to the time?
Yeah, we come up to it.
Coming up to the time. Okay. So
Yeah, for that joke, you know, boss.
finally somebody
Oh boy.
gave me one pause. That was kind of funny. It was excellent.
It was excellently superbly timed.
No, that's what I'm telling you. Okay. Quick question. Your top 5 comedians.
Local
Top
and
five.
foreign,
Because this is fine. Let's do
Local and foreign.
Local
no
and
matter.
Just in general.
I would put for me number one is I forget my name right now, but he passed away.
Winnie Mac.
Bernie Mac.
Number one.
Bernie Mac for me is number one.
All right.
When it comes to on stage being witty with people, a lot of people could just, they have the set and they're going through the set. But if something happened there, Bernie could think on that one time, right? Mm-hmm. Things doesn't always work out all the time,
Yeah.
Yeah, Bernie Bernie to me was, yeah,
So next
Top.
one, Bernie. So
top of the top.
Well,
After
top three.
Bernie,
Top 3.
after Bernie, I would say Dave.
Okay.
Dave Chappelle.
You have the typical black top 3 there. Okay. Everybody does that order, you know. Call out one.
I will give my top 3 international, and then I will give my top 3
Brother, we
local.
run out of time, you know. But
Oh,
we run
okay.
out of time.
All right.
this time expensive, you know, big
Top
dog.
3.
I had to pay some Syrians to get this allotted.
Well,
Don't call it
I
names.
can put there, boy.
Sven? Oh, that's not right. That's right, boy.
Sprang.
Internationally, nah. But locally, I would say Sprang Along, Rachel Price, and Kevin Sawyer. I don't know if all they know him yet, but Kevin Sawyer is...
You put them over you.
Yeah, for
Jeez,
sure.
jeez.
Yeah. Kevin Sawyer is I would say it, the funniest comedian in Trinidad
And that
Tobago.
takes a lot of balls. Pause.
Right now.
All right.
The funniest comedian in Trinidad
All right.
and Tobago.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So we reached that time of the show where the popcorn finish.
Final words. Final words.
Right?
You have
Mr.
anything
Ramsey,
final?
do you have any final
Pause
words
of
that
your
you'd like
show
to,
is
you
the...
know, we
And,
thank you for coming out and
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. It was nice being here. You guys always seem like, you know, we could walk someone and line somewhere
sit down
and be cool.
we could drink a little Eagle Ray.
Non-alcoholic beverage.
ILLB.
LLB and Eagle Ray shot in with juice. You know what else do it?
Yeah, it was nice being here. You guys seem to understand podcasting well. There are a lot of people who they say they have a podcast and really.
Okay.
Throw it.
Yeah.
Always
okay,
don't.
Cool. Right, okay.
Come
so
on,
that's
man.
But yeah, I really want to encourage people when they hear stand-up comedy shows happening. Come on, try it. Don't sit down and yeah, them fellas are funny. Come to the show and see.
Yeah.
Come to the show. There are a lot of training people.
Also, all this
Let me
live
answer.
stream and thing too, like.
Yeah, you can like-
No. Here why we try not to live stream the comedy shows, right? We recorded for ourselves to work on stuff, but especially the smaller ones,
Copyright.
we wouldn't. No, not just copyright, but when you post a joke online, it's almost like if that joke dead after that, you can't really use it back, right?
Okay.
So like we say, you have. If I post a joke, it's because I am done telling that joke.
It's over with.
It's basically like I don't want to say
It
that.
makes sense.
It's
It
like
makes sense.
you know, like if you go certain places, you can't go at night. You can't videotape it because
Yeah.
you videotape it, you will be able to go back. You know what I'm talking? You smile. You know what
When
I'm
you
talking
go
about.
when you go to a Dave Chappelle show, he puts everybody have to put their phone in the locker outside.
Yeah, when you go to a Diddy party too, so it's like the same.
But what about that the party thing now?
When you
Like,
go to a Diddy,
You've been,
just run
you've
out.
been, you know the
never,
rules.
Never.
You know the rules.
Never. I was a butler.
Bingo was his name.
No, not a butler, but
Final was on. Yeah, final. The popcorn done. Final.
final words. Guys, go and see the show. Support local, and of
Kess
course,
Ramsey.
and I also mean that with prostitutes. Go.
Wow. It is very
You're wild boy.
Yeah. It is hard to follow that outro. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you, even though we do have the power to change where we come from, we have absolute power to change where we head into. All right, so we're
course.
good every time. Good will follow. We out.